Jurisdictions that are interested in working to reduce racial and ethnic disparities, but are not sure if they are ready for the most intensive level of engagement, often elect to have the Burns Institute conduct a Readiness Assessment Consultation, otherwise known as a RAC. The RAC determines a jurisdiction's readiness to undertake a serious effort to impact racial and ethnic disparities in their system. The RAC assesses local data capacity, policies and procedures, political will to identify and confront disparities, as well as the ability to form a functional collaborative.
They focus the conversations around DMC, and we really have kind of admired the problem over the years, but never really talked about it. And with BI coming into town and with Readiness Assessment Report, we began to take a look at, are we truly interested in seeing a change there? Do we recognize the problem? Are we willing to embark on a journey that's going to really force us to evaluate that and examine our systems?
The focus on data was very helpful. The RAC gave us the impetus to really get into the racial, ethnic, gender, geography, offense data in a way that people hadn't looked at before. There's a lot of data that makes you go, you know, why the hell is it this way, to speak a little freely. And when you give that data out to people, they're asking that same question before you know the answers. But actually, that's going to be the fun part, too, is we've got to work with them for the answer.
A Burns Institute readiness assessment that was done here in Ramsey County helped focus us in on the difference in outcome, you know, with same circumstances for young juveniles of color as compared to others. We want to make certain that we're using that information then to form our decisions. So when that data becomes available to us, and because of being prompted by that readiness instrument to then delve into that data, we then must say, well, yes, this is something we absolutely have to address.
When the assessment is complete, the Burns Institute provides a jurisdiction with a report and facilitates an on-site debriefing to discuss the findings and identify any potential need for future Burns Institute engagement and services. Those services could include more intensive assistance or issue-specific consultation. The Burns Institute provides consulting services that assist jurisdictions with all aspects of data collection and analysis, building and maintaining an effective collaborative, determining what success looks like regarding disparities reductions in those jurisdictions, supporting community engagement, working with law enforcement officials, and strategic thinking for particularly difficult problems.
My experience with Burns Institute is that they shifted the balance of power. Those of us that felt isolated, those of us who were looking for a vocabulary to talk about the need for reform, those of us who were looking for coalition, suddenly had all those things.
Their style and approach resonates with people. And if you have a style and approach that resonates with people, they're going to respond in a whole lot different way.
Really, you need somebody to be a champion for you and to encourage you and to keep you going so that you can keep your eye on the prize, and that's what they've been able to do for us.
Key components of our consultation services include surveys and curricula regarding racial and ethnic disparities. We have developed specialized anonymous surveys that measure a range of information from staff in most youth-serving agencies regarding disparities. Additionally, we have created training curricula for law enforcement agencies, probation departments, indigent defenders, and prosecutors that debunk myths, lower fears, and position staff and their managers to fully participate in disparities work.